Hi, everybody. This is Paul Hitchcock. Welcome to Giant TV. I'm the founder and president of Giant Jacks Media. We'll help others to grow and nurture their businesses. Really excited to have Hema Day here today, who is the creator of the award-winning SEO to sales process. I love it, Hema. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. It's good to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to jump right into this, Hema, because you have a new book out.
Yeah.
And yeah, which is great. I know you and I have been talking a lot about it leading up to this point. You put a lot of effort into that book. Now, I always am curious when someone puts out a book and I know it's a labor of love and all that, but I want to find out, why did you write this book? Like, what was your fuel for wanting to do this?
I was just getting really fed up of seeing clients come to me, prospects come to me, and they've been burnt. They've been down a rabbit hole with an SEO company.
Right.
And the truth is that the buck stops with the business owner. And if they don't really understand what they're getting into, then they shouldn't be jumping, head into something and investing in something that they don't truly understand.
Right. And obviously we're talking about search engine optimization with
I know.
SEO.
And
Yeah.
And so many people say to me, Hema, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
And as a business owner sitting on the outside, and if you're not technical, it can get pretty daunting, right? So they believe a cousin or a brother or a sister, and then they go engage with an SEO agency. But the truth is that it has to start with the end goal in mind, which is sales, which is why I call it SEO to sales.
Love it. Yeah.
And if you don't, sorry to interrupt, but if you don't understand who your customers are and what your competition's up to online, then you don't really have a fighting chance to actually, get visible.
Yeah, well, that's an important point. The SEO to sales, I love that because you created that. And because, if you're doing SEO and you don't have your niche target and you're not focused on the sales part of it, it's a complete wasted effort, right? Because you've got to almost engineer it backwards. Wouldn't you say that you figure out all this stuff downstream first and then you come back? Is that a fair way to describe it?
Yeah, and I think the path of least resistance for business owners when they create a website, for example, is to talk a lot about themselves. It's natural, right? If you're a law firm, you're going to talk about what you do really well. You can litigate, you can go into this law and that law.
Me, right?
Yeah. But the truth is, SEO works when you start to empathize and understand how people think and buy. Now, whether you're a doctor, a lawyer, or a coach, or a manufacturer, or an exporter, that is very, very hard. You've got to put yourself in the shoes of the people that you want as customers, and then understand what keywords they're searching for and reverse engineer that back into your website.
Yep.
Now that's the crux of SEO. And a lot of technicians, in my book, I talk about, if you've read the book, The E-Myth, a lot of technical folks in corporate, they leave and they want to start their own companies.
Right.
But the truth is that they are technicians. They've never sold a thing in their life. You and me, Paul, we meet people, we've done sales all our life, right?
Yeah.
And it's not easy. There's an art to it. There's a science to it.
Right.
Now, algorithms in the mix, and really what we're having here is a combined effort of engineering and then the art of selling online.
Yep.
And so if you got a technician, don't blame the technician.
Right.
Because a technician only knows how to get the search engine going. They don't know how to sell.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent point. I know we had many discussions about this. It's fascinating because selling, is a massive, cottage industry in and of itself, and art and science to it. And you're right that you made a comment one time about your website is, as you're setting it up to sell, it either can be an online brochure or a lead generating tool, and there's a big difference.
Yeah, there is a huge difference. And, quite often people come to me and they say, I can get a $200 website on Vistaprint or $50 website from India. And I go, please be my guest.
Yeah.
But if you want a Ferrari that we can race on the Google freeway, then it needs some thought. And that is a combined process of really understanding what your competition is up to. I mean, and a lot of my clients, they're specialists in their area. They don't really want a commodity price driven model when they go out to market. They want to set themselves apart from their competition. And so SEO to sales really examines that and then flips that into a website that's raceable on the Google freeway.
Yeah, now I'm partial to Porsche. It's going to be a Porsche over a Ferrari with a heavier front.
Whatever makes you happy, Paul.
Yeah, whatever. It could be a Volkswagen Bug, just pedal to the metal. But yeah, well, that's great because you've said to me before. I want to get back to the book, but you've also said to me, before that content is really the fuel that drives the engine, or today it's the electricity that drives the engine. But and that's interesting because that's a big deal. Getting the right content, like you said, understanding your audience, your niche target, understanding their challenges, the opportunities they have, the keywords they're searching for, what's going on. That's a big deal that you're building into the SEO.
Yeah, and if you go back to engineering and then the art of selling online, you're writing these pieces of content not because someone's trying to make your life miserable, but if you think about it, the bots on Google need to be educated. So you write enough content that explain what it is that you solve or do or provide when someone has a need. Remember, we are all Google users. When you want something, you go there.
Yeah.
Now, if you haven't trained the bots, I guess another word could be machine learning, you haven't trained the bots to really understand what it is that you do and what problems you solve, then how on earth are they going to know that search inquiry that comes in here belongs to you and that you need to be up there on the first page of Google?
Yeah.
If you think of it that way, it's pretty logical. But yeah, it's a pain. It's a pain to write blogs. It's a pain to get on videos. It's a pain for a lot of people to get content.
Yeah, but there's ways to make it efficient. And obviously you and I have talked about, Chat GPT and other tools that kind of everyone's exploring to see how it could help out. And you're right, because if you're sharing other people's content all the time, which people do on LinkedIn, quite frankly, all the time and everywhere, LinkedIn is, they've got their bots too. And like you said, if you're sharing non-original content, it's not helping you. It actually is working against you. Certainly on the marketing and that side of it, you're not positioning yourself as an expert anyways, because it's other people's content. So I get all that. Yeah.
And I want to caution the viewers today that, Chat GPT is a great tool. It's very smart, but you got to put your 2 cents into it and adapt that content to your strategy.
Yeah. It's not a cut and paste thing.
No.
Not cut and paste. Yeah. So all right. So the passion for you, Hema, writing the book is that you see, just so many broken strategies going on. And then you got into the book, and what did you highlight in the book? Like, what did you want to focus on in there?
Well, it's a very easy to read book, and it really starts off with all the reasons why an SEO campaign fails. And there is a chapter in that for every finger that you're pointing at the SEO technician, and the poor technician is truly just a technician, the 3 fingers pointing back at you as the business owner or the person that's commissioned this campaign. So if you don't understand your marketing campaign and your sales strategy, I'm going back to the fundamentals here, that you need to get someone like myself or someone else who understands sales to really map out that whole sales strategy first. Don't jump into an SEO campaign without understanding what that game plan is.
And so you walk through that in the book, those steps, and
step
set it up.
Step.
Yeah, step by step.
Right. And I think that more and more, if you don't have that game plan, Paul, I'm seeing even fractured lead generation models where the lead comes in, but there's no one to catch the lead and close the lead. And I think this is a fundamental problem when you're not thinking like a sales organization. And I think if you don't have a sales organization, then you really haven't got the infrastructure to actually do SEO or SEO to sales.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting because when you bring that up, it gets me thinking about when you're doing SEO on your site, and it's working, there are really important elements to plug into that to manage lead flow, right?
Yeah.
So from sign up forms to who's taking the call, what's the call to action, getting the leads into your database so you can follow up and manage and track and get them on your blogs and into your touchpoint ecosystem. So there's, like you said, that's a sales thing, focusing on that and that whole pipeline management.
Right. And I think that it's a culture that a lot of folks who are, if you're a doctor, you're busy doing, working with patients.
Yeah.
But if your front reception isn't answering the phones with love, then you can do all the SEO you want in the world, but the sales component is not closed. So closing down a patient is a sales process.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting because I talk about, and you and I've talked about also the two pillars of the process. There's the front end of planting the seeds to reap the harvest, and you've got to plant the seeds. And so a lot of what you're doing is planting seeds, and you're getting out there. The harvesting on the back end, if it's not done properly, you're not addressing the leads, who cares what's going on in the front end? Because it's getting lost. The whole process blows up. So I've always loved that analogy, the planting seeds and the harvest. And so Hema, as you get into the book, then and we're going to tell people how to get that book, because we've got a little window here of an opportunity for people to get it for free before it goes up on Amazon for sale. But Hema, what do you hope people get out of the book? Like, they read it and it's aha moments, or is it practical? This is how you do it, or what are you hoping for there?
So I wrote it. So it's a combined collection of knowledge and experience over the last 3 decades. So I took my academic work when I was in university, my international marketing career and business development, my understanding of Google algorithms, and I put it into this very easy to read ebook.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I want business owners, I want executives who are embarking on a SEO campaign to really have a helicopter view of where they need to start and finish. And really, this is a game changer when they start following the rudiments of marketing planning, sales strategy, combining that with what's going on online. And in the online world, Paul, it shifts so fast. I mean, we just saw ChatGPT come in.
Yeah.
And that's changed a lot of things.
Crazy. Yeah.
But how do you apply that to your situation?
Mm-hmm.
It's applied science. And
Mm-hmm.
so the pivot that every business owner needs to take needs to be quick. You need to surround yourself with the right people. And if you don't have the right people, at least be aware of the fact that, that person is not asking me the right questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it should send a signal back as the person most responsible for the campaign, which is the business owner,
Mm-hmm.
to say, hold your horses. We need to get a sales strategy in here.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the keywords. This is not how people think and buy. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe coach the technician in a different direction, or hire someone like myself to come in and work with the technician. I love doing that.
Right.
We have an affinity with techs and the business owners, so we are able to see both sides of the spectrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
We love doing SEO to sales here in house because we have better control and QC, quality control. But if you have an incumbent agency that's doing it for you and you're just not getting any traction, we can maybe do an audit and then unlock it, and off you go. So the process is not stalled because the technician can't see the sales strategy.
Yeah, I love it. No, that's good insight. Very good insight. The book. Okay, so how do people get it right now, Hema?
They can go to my website, seo2sales.com.
Is that the number 2?
Yeah, number 2.
Okay. Oh,
SEO2
it's on the
sales,
screen.
just
It's on
like
the
my
screen.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
.com. And you go, there's a little video that explains what it's all about, what the process is all about. So you can click on that. And then right below that video is a downloadable button where you can get the book. It's for free right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm shaping it up to be sold online on Amazon, and that's coming up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lovely.
yeah.
Yeah.
But for now, it's complimentary. I really want folks to get to the bottom of this because things are moving really fast in my world.
Yeah. No, I've got it. I downloaded it. I've been checking it out. It's awesome. I highly recommend everybody grab it. Grab it now. It's a great resource. And then of course, when we stream this video, we stream it everywhere. So wherever you're watching it, maybe up here, the summary down here below, because we stream this on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, it goes out everywhere. Hema's contact information is around this. So no mystery, get connected to Hema. Great person to know. Hema, thank you so much. This was great insight into what's going on and some, good points to take away. And yeah, we're going to obviously stay in touch, have you back on to track what's happening here.
Yeah, I want to do a deeper dive next time on how to do a competitor review.
Oh, nice. Well, all right, we're going to get the alert out. Hema, we'll see you soon.
All right, thank you. Thank you,
Okay,
Bob.
bye.